Here we go. So great to have everybody on today. My name's Kelvin Chin. This is the first of an ongoing series that we're going to be doing every month on the 30th of every month. That's why I decided to call it the monthly 30th Q&A sessions. So it's easy for you to remember. It's going to be on the 30th of every month, obviously, except for February. It's going to be the last day in February, whichever day that is. It's going to be the 28th in a couple of months, and then next year is leap year. So, but 30th of every month. So the days will change somewhat. The time will be the same. It will be, it'll be the same. It'll be at 12 p.m. my time. I'm in Los Angeles, California. I know we have people here from all over the world. Figure out the time zones accordingly, 3 p.m. in the East Coast and so forth in Europe and Hawaii, and it's 10 in the morning, etc. Melbourne, Australia, I think it's around 7 in the morning there. So welcome everybody. Just a little bit, I glanced at the 70 people who registered for this session today, and about half the people are my students from either my meditation classes, or I teach a 6-part Afterlife series of classes, and about half of the people aren't, and so half the people are new to me. So just a little bit of background about myself, just a quick kind of overview. I've been teaching meditation for 50 years now. I opened up to the other side in 1986, so whatever the math is there, almost 40 years, was it 35 years or so ago, just spontaneously. My past life memories opened up in the mid-1970s. Again, all spontaneous. I've never had any past life regressions or workshops on how to communicate with the other side and so forth. So it's just a very spontaneous thing for me. I've written a couple of books. You can check them out online. We'll go, well, I'll just show them to you real quick. There's this book on overcoming the fear of death, a non-religious approach to helping people deal with death and dying and overcoming that fear. And this is a collection of 67 essays that I've written in the last 10, 15 years or so on how to live life. This is not a death and dying book. This is about living. This is about how to reduce our suffering and increase our happiness and contentment in life. 67 essays, short essays. My third book is about my past life memories, and I'm finishing that actually right now. So goes back about 6,000 years, a couple of dozen lifetimes. So that's a little bit of background about me. I've been doing this work for, for a long time, as you just heard. I have had a corporate and a legal career. I went to law school, had a corporate and legal career, raised a family and so forth. But now I've been doing this work that we're doing, and we're talking about again here together today I'm doing it again for about the last 10 years through my nonprofit. Today's focus, and ongoing each month on the 30th of each month, is going to be focused on talking about afterlife issues and also topics related to the talk that happened 8 years ago now on 30th November 2014. So that was a talk that I helped organize. It happened in Alexandria, Virginia. It was live streamed around the world at the time 8 years ago. And if you have not yet seen that talk, I strongly recommend that you go to 30thnovember.com. You have to put the TH in there, 30thnovember.com. Type that out and watch that talk. You'll probably have to watch it in segments. It's 3 hours long. It's a very long talk, very in-depth, given by George Hammond, my friend George Hammond. And he and I got a download. He got a download first, and then several of us got other additional downloads, we'll call them, addendums, to the download that he initially got from the other side, from the spiritual leaders of these 4 major traditions, the Judeo-Christian, Islamic, Vedic traditions. Judeo, Jewish, Christian, obviously Christianity, Islamic, and Vedic those of you who don't know, Vedic also includes Hinduism, Buddhism, and a couple of others, but the Hinduism and Buddhism is the ones that probably most people are familiar with, that are offshoots of the Vedic tradition. So the leaders of those traditions, who are all now on the other side, came to George and gave him a download, and that's what's covered in the 30th November talk. We're going to talk on an ongoing basis each month, you and I, and as this group develops and evolves and grows, about topics that came out of that talk. Okay, I'm not going to give the talk again. You can go watch that talk again yourself. And on my website, kelvinchin.org, there is a page that I call the 30th, I call it the monthly 30th Q&A page, the name of our session today, and in these ongoing sessions. And on that page, you can watch several previews of that 30th November talk if you have not yet watched that 30th November talk. Previews that I did of that talk with several of my friends who have podcasts, who have their own podcasts, and they interviewed me about that. So I want to get right into it, because today is a Q&A, and this is really an open forum on an ongoing basis monthly to you guys to ask me questions about the afterlife, or about topics that came out of the 30th November talk, or about the logistics or the structure, or how did that come about through George and so forth, the download from Jehovah, Jesus, John the Baptist, Shankara, who was also Vyasa, who wrote the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita in a previous lifetime, Swami Brahmananda Saraswati, and others. How did that come about? You can ask me questions about any of those subject areas, okay? Before we do that, I just want to say one quick thing. This is very important. How do I teach, and what are we teaching here? This is not religious. I say that to you because some of you may think, well, wait a minute, Jesus, Jehovah, a lot of people think of Jehovah as Allah or God, capital G, Yahweh, and so forth. And he has gone by many names like that in the various traditions. However, my teaching is non-religious. I don't teach from a religious doctrinal, institutional knowledge kind of base. That's not what I teach from. I teach from my own personal experiences, as I've just outlined to you in my quick bio at the beginning, and my interpretations of those experiences, and how have I thought about those to figure out, does that make sense or not make sense with this idea and that idea and so forth. That's how I teach my students to discern, to analyze spiritual concepts. And I think in a positive way, it spills over into our daily life in how we analyze all kinds of concepts and ideas and opinions and beliefs that people have that are not even spiritual or religious beliefs. So I think that discernment is really lacking in our world today. And I say that to you because that is really my goal with all of you, is to help you think about these concepts more clearly. I am not here to try to change your belief systems. And if you believe in Jehovah in a certain way, and Jesus in a certain way, or Shankara or whoever, or Buddha in a certain way, I respect that. This is not about trying to change people's opinions or belief systems about any of these ideas that I'm talking about. I'm sharing with you my perceptions and hopefully help to bring you a little bit more clarity and maybe a different perspective and approach to looking at things. That's my objective, okay? I have zero agenda in terms of trying to help to people, change their beliefs about stuff. No. You need to develop your own beliefs based on your own experiences and your own interpretations. And to me, that's what personal self-development is all about. That's what our eternal journey to me is all about. So I am here to help you if you want that help. But if you feel that you have it figured out yourself, then you should respect and honor that within yourself. Okay, I hope that's clear. Good, so let's open it up to questions. People have any questions they just want to throw out? Hopefully you've had some thought that, beforehand to prepare some questions. By the way, we're going to go about 90 minutes today. This is not going to be a 2 or 3, 4-hour marathon like some of my sessions have gone in the past, because I want to do this on a monthly basis with you guys. And I want to give you time to think and assimilate and then come up with further questions. Even if I may have answered your question in this session, between now and the next month, you may have a variation on that same question or different questions. So I want to keep it to a fairly, reasonable length of time, about 90 minutes approximately. So write down your questions. If we don't get to your questions, don't worry. We'll have other opportunities every month. Okay.